Hello. This is Pinkie, and I'm here to give so we can go over the Sonya Massey case. Yes, we are. We're going to go over the case, and we're going to see how you all are feeling about this. The fatal unaliving of a mother that should be alive. She should be here today. Okay? So now let me just say everything is alleged. This is my opinion only. And this video is made for educational purposes. And everything on this channel is covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Thank you guys for letting me get that out. Now, let me just say this. I do have to do all this. So if you're coming into the Pink House, go ahead and hit that like button coming in. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button coming in. I'll give you time to hit it. For everybody that's hiding out in the bushes, can you go ahead and hit that button for me? If you're just coming in to stay a little bit, still hit that like button. That's the only way the channel is going to grow. You all already know this. I don't have to tell you, but I do. Because if I don't bring it up, half of you all would not hit that like button. All right? And not just on this channel. Depends on what channel that you're on. Hit the like button and then hit the subscribe button. If you have not subscribed to Pinkie the Housewife, or whether you're on Pink Global and you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Okay? And you don't have to ask me, why am I doing this? Why do you need those like buttons hit? And why do a person have to subscribe to the channel? That means you're probably not a content creator or a blogger or no news reporter or anything. So I need it done in order for not just Pinkie the Housewife to continue to grow that channel, but for my new channel, Pink Global, to start growing as much as the other one. And I need that done. So if I can get those done, I don't have to say it all the time. It'll just be automatically. Okay? So, and that helps push my videos and my commentaries and my lives out to help YouTube to push them out to more people that may like my content and recommend me to more people. So it's a win-win for everybody. All right. And now also, so once we get through hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel, I'm going to go ahead and thank you already just for doing that, okay? Getting that done for me. Now, also, I'm just going to go ahead and let you know this may be a trigger warning for some viewers and some people. So I'm going to put it up anyway. My trigger warning. All right? And because some images or some content may be too graphic for some, and some people are dealing with this already. So I do want to let you know ahead of time. All right. Okay. Now, since we got all that done, I do want to say thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. Let me just see what we got. I'm going to go ahead and welcome everyone. Thank you all for coming, being here. I see Nate, thank you for being here. Nathan, thank you. Thank you, and Helper, as well. Thank you, Celine Bunny. Thank you for supporting and being here too. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Now, let me, and everybody else that's in the bushes and everything, I want to thank you all as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the matter at hand. Now, this is a case I've been following for a while now. I think this is probably my, hmm, I can't remember, maybe seven update, or maybe eight. I don't remember. I can't remember offhand. I would have to look back, but it's somewhere like that. Okay. And I have been following the case. I have been updating you all as I get information. As information come across my desk, I do update you all on it. And this is a sad case, so I'm just letting you know. And if you don't mind, if you do put a comment in later, if you do watch the replay, put hashtag Sonya Massey, hashtag say her name, hashtag justice. All right? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, I did drop a video this morning. I dropped a video this morning. Okay, but let's talk about right now. It's Sonya Massey timeline. Her unaliving. It was released, and also the video cam footage. Okay, that's why we're going live tonight. Now, I did drop a video today. This one was earlier today, which is Sonya Massey's son, which is Malachi. He spoke out on his mother's unaliving. Okay, and he's sitting there with the family attorney, which is Ben Crump. Okay, and then over to your right, that is the person that ended the life of Sonya Massey. He is in jail, and so his name is Sean Grayson. He was a sheriff deputy, and now he is no longer employed. Okay, and Sonya she should be here. In my opinion, I don't know how you go from calling for help to someone standing in your living room, and now you're not here. Now just standing, but you had two officers in your house. How did little Sonya, a small petite woman, and these men look, just looking at the first officer, the one with his hand on his pow. He looks like he's a big tall person. I don't understand how you can be afraid of a little person like her, and she has no weapon at all, and both of you all got well protected, because I see what you got in your hands on your waist. So I don't understand. Make me understand this situation. So that's why we're having this live coverage tonight. So, because I don't think I am the only one that got questions. I don't think I am the only one that's disturbed by what happened. I'm quite sure there's a lot of my subscribers are disturbed about this. A lot of my members are disturbed. They're disturbed by this. A lot of people that come in my lives or watch my videos that know me, that I know, a lot of people on social media, not just social media, a lot of people in her town, in her state, and all over America is disturbed by this senseless unaliving of Miss Massey. I don't understand. And if I don't understand, a lot of people don't understand. So how did this go from that to something else? I don't understand at all. But I'm here so we can get some understanding, so we can get some clarity. And as you look at the photo, this is a thumbnail that I did. It could have been a couple of days ago. It could have been yesterday. I do so many, so I can't remember. But if you notice from the arrow that's leading up to him, it says, I swear to God, I would elfing elf you. Pow you. You know? They gave her permission to go get that pot off the stove, some boiling water. They gave her permission to go do that because I think the words or assembly was said, because we don't want a house to be burned or a fire or something to the effect. But it should be in the docs that I have. Okay? So they gave her permission. They knew she didn't have a weapon. She apologized. But I think he was already ticked off because I didn't like in the very beginning when she was sitting down on the couch looking for her ID, the way he was speaking to her. I didn't like the tone of his voice. His voice was, to me, was a telltale sign that something may go wrong. We know when we get those officers that got a voice, you can tell it in their voice that they may have a trigger finger. So you have to watch out. Not all. I didn't say all. I said some, like him, like Sean Grayson, the deputy sheriff, the sheriff deputy or officer or whatever you want to call him. All right. So now you see, he didn't have to do that. He could have just said, come back over this way, put your pot down in the sink or on the counter and just come on back. You turned it off, come on back over and sit back down and let's continue. Because he wanted some ID. My thing is, why do you have to show ID? You're the one in your house. You just called for help to make sure there's no intruder or no one around your home or in your home or wherever. And then once you found out once the person tell you no, he should have been on his way. Say, ma'am, you're good. If you have any other problems or concerns, you can call us back and say good night and leave. Make sure she's okay and you leave. So why are you standing in there? Two of y'all seem like one should have been checked the other one. When you see this is going left, that's when the other one should say, okay, we need to reel it back. He need to speak up and say, okay, Miss Massey, or okay, ma'am, we're going to go ahead and leave. Everything is fine. If you need any help or you have any other concerns, give us a call back. And good night. Back up out of the house and go on by your business. So why do you have to stand there and interrogate this woman by asking for her ID? What do her ID got to do with you doing your job? She wasn't committing a crime. Matter of fact, I don't think her ID needed to be asked for. That's a thing you all do to people when you trying to be bad, when you're trying to do wrong. You don't ask everybody for an ID. You have select people that you ask for IDs. Select people, not everybody. And let me say, if that woman was any other color or race, you probably would never ask for an ID in her own home. You could have asked what her name was and she told you. That's all you needed. You didn't have to seem like the other one. Why don't you all check each other when you see the other one is doing wrong? Check that person. There's a way you can check. If you check the way you all coming in, maybe that's how you do it in your book. But you need to know how to do it. Maybe you need to go back to training. I don't think you needed to be on the force anyway, because you already had issues. They knew you had issues. So you didn't need to be there in the first place. You shouldn't have been hired. I guess they lowered the standards. So if the standards are low, I guess you get in. But that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and talk about this. I'm going to show you. This is Sonya Massey. Beautiful woman. Look at her. She was young. Very young, guys. She had 2 kids, a son, Malachi, the oldest, and then she had a daughter. I think the daughter's name, I'm not sure, but I want to say Summer, but it could be wrong, but I think it may be Summer. But if I'm wrong, somebody can correct me. Okay? I don't mind about that. And if I find out I pronounced these or said the wrong name for the daughter, I will correct that. Okay? But Miss Massey was a young lady. She was very young. She had still long life ahead of her, things to do, people to help. Because I heard that she was a great helper. She always helped people. She was unalived on July the 6th, and she was laid to rest July the 19th. They said a goodbye to her, and I posted that video of her funeral service. I posted that video, so if anybody want to go and watch that, you can. Yes, I did. I posted the full service, so you can watch as long as you need to, and you can say your goodbyes if you wasn't able to go to the funeral, or if you didn't get a chance to see it or anything. You can go onto either one of my channels, Pinkie the Housewife or Pink Global, and you can watch the funeral. Okay? But she should be here. She should be here with her family. Prayers go up to her mother, her kids, the whole family. Because she didn't do nothing wrong. I did not see this woman do nothing wrong. I think that, in my opinion, I feel that he got a little offended because she said, I rebuke you in the name of God. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? And then she even apologized after he said he would, I swear to God, I would effing you. She apologized. What's wrong with getting an apology? An apology is not good enough for you? That you got to unalive somebody? Maybe you do need to go to church, Mr. Man. Maybe you do. This lady, her mother, is grieving for her daughter now. You changed the trajectory of a whole family by your one act. And second officer, you're not getting away scot-free. Because anytime during that whole event, you could have said something. You could have spoke up. You could have had him to back down. You could have said, okay, we're getting ready to go. Give him a clue. It's time for you to shut up, be quiet, and let's get out of this woman's house because everything is fine. She is fine. There's nobody here. Now, ma'am, when we leave, can you lock your door? And call us back if you need anything. That's what service look like when you're serving the public. That's what it looks like. It don't look like what you all did. And I'm not just blaming one because the other one should have spoke up. Yes. Yes, yes. Okay. Let me, there's a short clip that I'm going to play for you all. Okay. Is this, I'm not going to play the news conference. I mean, the press conference that they did, that because I already got that on videotape if anybody want to see that. When the family was standing with their attorney being Crump. Okay. But there's another video I do want you all to see. But before we get there, okay, let me just go ahead and just show it. Let me just pull it up. Because I don't understand how you can go from one thing, letting the person know that everything is okay to where you went today. I mean, on July the 6th. How did it change so fast? Because I feel you just got a little offended. Got all inside yourself. You needed to calm down. Because it didn't have to go that far. It did not have to go that far. Okay. This is this happened this morning. So this is from this morning. Okay, let me just get this slid over for a moment till we get to let me see. Okay, here it is. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and play this for us. Okay. This is the video I did this morning. Matter of fact, this was a interview the son did on CNN with the family attorney Ben Crump. So the son name is Malachi. He was speaking out on his mother's unaliving. Okay, so I'm going to let you all listen to that. Okay, and let me just make sure once again. I'm going to put it up just to be on the safe side. A graphic content warning, okay? I'm just letting you know ahead of time. All right. Hello, Ebony Dancer. Thank you. You're going to do the replay game? All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. And make sure you watch the other videos I put out on the case yesterday. All right. And this morning. But thank you, Ebony Dancer. Thank you. And you're welcome to the Pink House. And I hope you're having a wonderful evening. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play this, guys. Let me see. I'm just going to play the part with CNN. Okay. It says CNN News. Okay, let me get past that part. I don't want to. It may
gunned down by a deputy after she called 911 to report a possible prowler at her home. She called for help and ended up dead. She was shot seconds after police had given her permission to remove a pot of boiling water from the stove. The officer then drew his gun, causing her to duck for cover. She was shot 3 times in her own home. Now her family is demanding to know why the deputy who pulled the trigger was hired in the first place. His personnel file revealed a troubling employment history and past DUI charges.
Wait, guys,
I am joined now by Sonya's son, Malachi, and civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who is representing the Massey family. Thank you both for coming in this morning. I know, Malachi, that you are...
Guys, that one, that's my video I did. I'm going to take that one down and just show it directly because of the, what do you call it? We had a storm going on, bad weather during that time, and you could hear the brakes in it due to the storm. There was no way I could have changed the storm or at all. The storm did what it did, and it made the audio kind of mess up a little. Hi, Linda Gamble. Thank you, Linda, for being here. Thank you so much. And how are you doing this evening? Are you feeling okay? I'm so glad to see you. Linda, we had a little bad weather, so that I'm going to take that video down and put up the other one directly from CNN because mine's the audio due to the weather, it made it sound kind of scratchy. So, just give me 1 second, guys. Okay. I'm just looking up. Just give me 1 second. Let me just get to it. I think I put too much in. Okay, I have it. Mhm. Wait, let me just do it this way. I'm just trying to, because I know that one had a little scratchy noise in it. And if I don't want it to play again in this line. Let's see, it was the okay. I'm just trying to get to the right one from this morning. That's all. Okay, I found it. All right, guys. Let me just change the trajectory of it. Okay. I hope you all can see that quite well. And here it is. We're going to go ahead and get started with it. Okay. Let me unmute it. And let me make sure the volume is good.
Wayfair's Black Friday in July is happening now. Save
Okay, guys, I see that got messed up. It went to the, let me correct that. Let me see, can I get it? We're going to get it corrected right back where it left off at. Let me just see. Let me start it back over. Now, I would say today, for some reason, I have no idea. My computer been really acting up. I kind of know what's wrong with it. If there's nothing wrong with it, I just know what's going on, but I can't do anything about it right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and let it finish the live, and then I'll take care of it later. But it's just, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it back, guys, and I'm sorry about that.
And it was like a random number. I didn't know who it was, but I answered it. And that's when they said, your mother has been shot, and it came out her neck. And it went through her eye, and it came out her neck. And they just was saying somebody. That's all they, like, I don't know why they kept on saying somebody shot her. And I said who, and they wouldn't tell me who. I'm like, who? And they just said somebody. And then next thing you know, I get up. I wasn't like even thinking. I was like, I got to get to my grandma's house. And then I told my grandma what happened, and she was just in disbelief, just like me. I didn't want to believe it. And then we didn't find out that it was a police officer until a day after, too. That's the thing. So we were just left clueless, honestly.
What do you think should happen to the officer? I know that you have told me that you have not watched the video, which would be so traumatic for you. So that's a good thing. But what do you think should happen to the officer who took your mother's life?
I think he should be, man. Honestly, he need like or something, because it's no way in the world that should have happened to my mother. He should have let anything like that. That shouldn't have went down. It's no way, no how. He doesn't. I feel like he doesn't even. He didn't care from the beginning. He didn't care from the beginning, because I watched one clip of like the first part of it, and he just had no regards for my mother. So we need to have no regards for him. Get him locked down for as long as possible. I don't even know.
You watched a little bit of it. I know the officer has been fired and been charged. Can you, Ben, tell me what happens now in this investigation? You're expecting some news today, correct?
Yes, ma'am, Sarah. And Sarah, I'm intentionally wearing pink for you being a champion for the battle of breast cancer. Today, the autopsy is being released by the state's attorney, and it shows exactly what Malachi said, that his mother was shot beneath her eye and the bullet exited the back of her neck under her ear. And what it tells us is that he shot her in a downward trajectory. And, we know that she was stupid saying sorry, and he shot anyway. And so it is just tragic. Also, we're talking to the Department of Justice, the Civil Rights Division, because there are other citizens of color who said that this officer engaged in excessive force against them. So it begs the question what Malachi's grandfather said: why was he even on the sheriff's department in the first place? Why was he hired with all the red flags? That he should not have been a person who could interact with the public with this gun and badge.
Malachi, can I ask you what you thought of the fact on the video it shows that he didn't render aid either and discouraged his fellow officer from rendering aid to your mom as well? What do you make of that?
That when I heard that was like, I didn't, that was crazy to me. Like, how are you supposed to be a police officer and you shoot someone? I've seen like videos before of like this happening, and they give them first aid right after it happens. Why? I don't understand why he would do that. That I can't believe that. Like, why?
And that's the question, Sarah. It's so inhumane, without remorse. This video reminds people about the video 4 years ago with George Floyd, the lack of humanity, and how that galvanized people to take action and go vote. And we think that Sonya Massey's tragic video is going to galvanize people in our community to act, because she needed a helping hand, not a bullet to her face. And for Malachi and his sister Summer, we have to use Sonya Massey's words: I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, until we get justice and this discriminatory criminal justice system, full justice for Sonya Massey. We rebuke this system until it actually gets convictions. We can't be satisfied with just charges. We know how that's worked out for Black people in the past.
Malachi, can I ask you about your mom and just, the public doesn't know her. They only know about her final moments. What can you tell me that sits with you about your mother? We're showing a picture there. I think of her holding you, which is sweet.
She's I don't know, she's the most loving person. She's the person who showed me how to love, wow, just a ball of energy. I said that. I think I said that before, but she's always happy. Only thing I can really remember my mom is that bright smile, honestly. Like her bright smile, that's all I can remember. That's all I want to remember too. But she is a help, like she was a helper. She helped everybody. Sure. All of her friends tells me how she helped her. What else?
Do you remember any words of wisdom, Malachi, that she would give to you as a young person, as her child?
Oh, she would always tell me to read my Bible. That's what she would always tell me to do. Like every day, she'd be like, "Did you read your Bible?" Like she, like very close with God, very very close with God. Like y'all heard her last words.
Malachi.
That's all.
Malachi Massey, thank you so much. What a beautiful sentiment that your mother, was the person who taught you how to love. I appreciate you coming on in this really difficult time. Ben Crump, appreciate you as well. Thank you both for being here this morning with us.
Okay, thank you guys. I'm glad I was able to do that video because I don't know what was going on with mine. Okay. Ooh, just sorry, my throat is a little scratchy. We got bad weather and it's making my throat scratchy too. But we're going to go ahead and get on with the documentation. Okay. That's what we're going to do. And I tell you, I don't know. My throat is just bothering me. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this one later. I'll do this one. Oh, did I just take the whole thing away? It'll come back up later. Let's go and I'm going to go ahead and start with some of the documentation. This one here, I'm going to do at the end. This is the one I was getting ready to do, but we'll do that one at the end. Okay, guys? Okay. So this, one of the first docs I have. I do have others, so we're going to take time and go through these. Okay. On July the 6th, 2024, at 12:50 a.m., the Sangamon County Sheriff deputies responded to a 911 call making contact with the caller, Sonya Massey, at her residence. During the interaction inside the home of Miss Massey, former deputy Sean Grayson discharged his firearm, striking Miss Massey and unaliving her. This interaction was captured on body-worn camera, WBC video. On July the 6th, 2024, at 1:43 a.m., the Sangamon County Sheriff Office notified the Illinois State Police, ISP, and requested assistance to conduct an independent investigation into the unaliving. On July 17th, 2024, the Sangamon County State Attorney's Office presented evidence from ISP independent investigation, which included the following: WBC footage. And the WBC footage, guys, that's the body cam of the unaliving of Sonya Massey to the grand jury of Sangamon County, Illinois. On July the 17th, 2024, the grand jury returned a true bill indictment charging former Sangamon County Sheriff Deputy Sean Grayson with third degree, third with three counts. Let me just let me say that one again. The grand jury returned, this is on July the 17th, 2024. The grand jury returned a true bill of indictment charging former Sangamon County Sheriff Deputy Sean Grayson with three counts of first degree unaliving, one count of aggravated battery with a firearm, and one count of official misconduct. Okay. Oh gosh, my throat. Okay, guys. I give you all time to look at that one. Okay. Now, let me just put it back up there. It gives you the timeline from July the 6th. That's the date that she was unalived. And through July the 17th, that is the date this person here, Sean Grayson, got his mugshot, was arrested right here, July the 17th, 2024. And as you look at the last, I think the fourth paragraph, it says on July the 17th of 2024, the grand jury returned a true bill of indictment charging former Sangamon County Sheriff Deputy Sean Grayson with three counts of first degree unaliving, one count of aggravated battery with a firearm, and one count of official misconduct. Okay? So, and as I know of today, I'm not sure have that changed, but I doubt it. But everything is alleged. But as I know of today, he is still behind bars. Hi, May May. Thank you for being here, May May. And I hope you're doing good this evening. Thank you for being in the Pink House. We're trying to go over the docs from the Sonya Massey case. Oh gosh, my throat is bothering me. We're trying to go over the docs. I'm going over the docs for the Sonya Massey case. Okay. Ooh, my throat is just acting up, guys. But anyway, so I hope you all got a look at that one and everything. Now we're going to go over the other docs right here. All right. If I can do it without my throat is really bothering me. So if I sound a little funny or whatever, my throat gets a little scratchy or voice go out, just recognize I'm dealing with it. Okay. This one, this is the timeline. And when we're going to get into the timeline. That is the same thing as this, but it's a little different, okay? Oh, gosh, my throat is bothering me. Okay, let's go. We'll just do this one first, okay? Okay, this is the, oh, let me give credit to someone. Just give me a second. I don't want not do that at all. So let me give credit to, let me just pull that person information up so I can give credit. Okay, guys, I'm just trying to get it pulled up right quick. Because I can always just put it in. I got it in the notes anyway on my sheet, but I'm gonna go ahead and just say it too at the same time. Oh my God, this throat of mine's. Okay, guys, tell you what, I'll just put it in my notes, okay? I'll just make sure it goes at the bottom, okay? That's how we're going to do it for now. Okay, let's go ahead and go over this. This is the Springfield woman, Sonya Massey, the day she was unalived by a local deputy. Okay, it's got deputies. Okay, but the first one is say the official fundraisers. Oh, oh my God, let me see. Okay, the official fundraiser set up for Sonya Massey family following fatal unaliving. Records, sheriff office knew about Sean Grayson's DUIs. Now, I guess everybody didn't know that. Yes, I did hear that he has some DUIs. And I did not know if you got DUIs, can you still drive around in your car and, and call yourself protecting somebody? But it says sheriff office knew about Sean Grayson's DUIs. Were there any other red flags? Everything to know about the Illinois body cam laws after fatal Sonya Massey's unaliving. Massey family meets with Pulitzer, a DOJ's office investigation into fatal shooting. And if I pronounced that person's name wrong, I'm sorry. Pritzer, I think it Poster. That's it, Poster. Where is the humanity reacting to release of the Sonya Massey body cam footage? Video shows deputy and fatal Sonya Massey's unaliving says, I'll shoot you. I'll pow you in the face. I'll pow you in the face. And then this is another President Biden. Illinois lawmakers reacts to the body cam footage of Sonya Massey unaliving. Sonya Massey case, a timeline of events from officer being called to the release of autopsy. Crump, body cam footage, and Sonya Massey's unaliving will shock the conscience of America. And then we're going to go into those timelines by time, actually the time. Crump, body cam footage, and Sonya Massey's unaliving will shock okay, I just read that one. Springfield area deputy indicted, phase 3 unaliving charges and unaliving of Sonya Massey. As protests go on, Massey family expect to view body cam footage with state police, which they already did that. Say her name. Protesters call for answers from police and Sonya Massey's unaliving. And yes, guys, there was a protest set up today. And I will be showing that video. I'm going to try to get it out tonight. If not tonight, I will have it out for you all tomorrow. Six unanswered questions in the fatal unaliving of a Springfield woman by local deputies. sparking change, organizer of the protest for Sonya Massey, also seeking answers. I think we all are seeking answers. That was they did a press conference, the family with their attorney, Ben Crump, and they was asking for answers. They did a press conference, and I do have that video. You all can go see it. Coroner identifies woman unalived by Springfield area deputy. Okay, and let me just read this. This is from Crump, their attorney. Bodycam footage in Sonya Massey unaliving was shock the conscience of America. Despite being in another room, Grayson drew his weapon and threatened to her in the face, Massey in the face. According to documents, Massey put her hands in the air, said, "I'm sorry," and ducked for cover. And I think we all seen that video. And if you have not seen the video, I do have it. You can watch it from one of my channels I have. Go to Pinkie the Housewife or Pink Global. You'll be able to see that. Grayson fired 3 shots, striking Massey once in the face. Okay, guys. Now let's go ahead and look directly at that timeline. So we're going to go over the timeline, okay? Here we go here. Let me just put mine up bigger so I can see it better. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're going to start with the first paragraph at the top, guys. This is the timeline of the events. It's also the timeline from, don't forget about the body cam, because Sean Grayson, which is that deputy, his body cam was not on at first. He turned it on later. The other officer that was there, his body cam was on, my understanding. Memory, say, how are you doing today, Pinkie? I'm doing okay. My throat just a little scratchy, and I think you all can hear that. Be right back. Had a phone call. Okay. Thank you, May. Deborah Jackson, thank you for being here. Thank you for being in the Pink House. Good evening, Pinkie, the housewife, and Chad. Thank you. And Debbie Leonard speaking with you. All right. Thank you, guys. So we're going to go ahead and start from the timeline. So I'm just going to read through them. Okay. And then we can always ask questions and stuff. If you have a question, just put it in the chat and I'll come back and make sure we get those questions, because you all may be thinking something I may not thought about. So this is the time for us to share and talk about what's going on and share how you are feeling, because people have a big reaction to this, and I don't blame them, because this woman should not be gone. She should be here. Okay. So it says, let me just make sure. Can you all hear me clear? I just want to make sure my audio is not breaking up like it did earlier today when I did a video. If y'all can hear me good, and if it's clear, it's not breaking up in the chat for me, I would appreciate that. Linda, let me just ask you again. Do my audio sound good, or is it breaking up? Okay. And yes, I won't know. Okay. So the timeline starts at 1:21 a.m. That's on July the 6th. That is the same day that Sonya Massey is unalived. Okay. I didn't say the time. I said that's the same day. So starts at 1:21 a.m., July the 6th. According to the Sangamon County news release, deputies report the unaliving, or I have to say unaliving on a lot of these things, guys. For some of you all on the Pinkie the Housewife channel, if you don't know, if you're new to social media, you can't just say certain words. Some things you have to put another word in place of it. So when you see me saying, I'm going to just go ahead and say the word shot was fired at this time. But a lot of times we have to put a different word in front of that. Okay, so according to the Sangamon County news release, deputies reported the shots was fired at this time. Now at 1:42 a.m., July the 6th, according to the Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell, the case is referred to the Illinois State Police for an independent investigation. At 1:47 a.m., July the 6th, Massey is taken to HSHS St. John's Hospital emergency room, where she is pronounced unalive, according to the Sangamon County Coroner Jim Altman. That's at 1:47 a.m. I'm looking at the time from the moment that the gun, the pow was fired to the time that she arrived and pronounced unalive at the hospital. Pronounced unalive at 1:47 a.m. Now at 9:20 a.m., July the 6th, the Sangamon County issued its first news release about the case. By this time, the case had been referred to the Illinois State Police by Sheriff Jack Campbell. July the 8th. So this is 2 days later. She was unalive on July the 6th. So 2 days later, which is July 8th, Altman said Massey is unalive of a single gunshot wound, according to autopsy findings. July the 11th, civil rights and personal injury attorney Ben Crump announced he has been retained by the family of Massey. July the 12th, a 2-hour protest at Sangamon County building demanding the release of the body cam footage and transparency in the case is staged. More protests recur on July the 15th through the 16th. And then there was a protest today. Today it's Friday. And I will be releasing that for you all. I will be releasing some of the protests. On July the 17th, Massey family members reviewed the body cam footage of the sheriff's deputies. A Sangamon County grand jury indicted Grayson on 5 counts, including 3 counts of first-degree unaliving. He is arrested and surrenders to police. Campbell said Grayson was terminated as a deputy. It was announced that body cam footage would be released July the 22nd. A protest rally draws about 200 supporters to the Springfield NAACP building. July the 18th, Grayson makes a first appearance in Sangamon County Court before presiding Judge Ryan Colligan. I think that's Callaghan. Callaghan, that's it. Ryan Callaghan. Grayson plead not guilty to all 5 counts. I don't know. That I don't understand that. He plead guilty, not guilty to all 5. Okay. Okay. Whew. Callaghan denied Grayson's petition to be released according to the Pretrial Fairness Act. Oh, I'm so glad. We don't need him on the street. That's just my opinion. My opinion only, okay? That he was denied petition to be released. So that means he's still in the jail. July, allegedly, in my opinion, as I understand from everything I've been covering, he is still behind bars. July the 19th, Massey funeral is held at Ruby Funeral Service in Chapel. Synagogue. Okay. Now, the reason, eulogizing Massey, Trump said the body cam footage will shock the conscience of America. Similar to images of Emmett Till, a teenager whose lynching in 1955 galvanized the civil rights movement. 2 p.m., July the 22nd, Sangamon County released sheriff's deputies' body cam footage. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. Whew. That's a lot to take in. That's a lot to take in, guys. That's a lot. Because she was young. I'm leaving this up in case anybody need to look over it again. Because that's a lot. That's a lot. Because we're still not done. We got more. Okay? So I hope I left that first page up long enough so you all can take that in. Now we got page 2. You ready? If you're ready for page 2, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for page 2, because I know page 1 was a lot. Okay? I know it was a lot. It was a lot for me. If it was a lot for me, I know it's a lot for you all too. Okay, we're going to go ahead to the next page, page 2. Whew. Okay, we're on page 2 now, guys. 2 p.m., July the 22nd, the Sangamon County releases sheriff's deputies' body cam footage. 3 p.m., July 22nd, protesters march in Massey's memory from Pleasant Grove Baptist Church to corner Cox Park on South Martin Luther King Drive, Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. So they march, protesters march from Pleasant Grove Baptist Church to the corner of Cox Park on South Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. That was July the 22nd at 3 p.m. And it's been several protests since then. And it was one today. Morning of July 23rd. Still. Okay. Morning of July 23rd, Governor J.B. Pitzer and Lieutenant Governor Julianne Stratton meets with the members of the Massey family at Union Baptist Church in Springfield. Morning, July the 23rd, at press conference at Springfield NAACP building, Ben Crump says the U.S. Department of Justice has opened an investigation into the Sonya Massey case. July the 24th, a GoFundMe page is set up for the Massey family. And I'm so glad to hear that they set up a GoFundMe. July the 26th, the Sacramento County coroner, Jim Allman, releases the autopsy report. And that's, if you remember when that video I just showed earlier. I don't know, did all of y'all, were you in here in the live when I showed that video with CNN, the son Malachi, with the family attorney Ben Crump? They was talking about the trajectory of the how it went in to the face and came out behind the ear to the back of the neck, where it went in the front of the face, right by the eye, right below the eye, right next to the eye is something dealing with the eye. The autopsy report. Okay, let me read that one again so everybody can hear this one. On July the 26th, the coroner's office, they released the autopsy report. The bullet entered beneath Massey's left eye and exit through the posterior left surface of her upper neck. Now, that part right there, the last paragraph I just read, I'm going to tell y'all something. I did not read that before. I just read it. So as I was reading it and looking at it, I was reading this for the first time. Well, yeah. I have not had time to read over this timeline. I have it, but I didn't have time because I've been so busy. I just said as I go over it with you all, I'll see it too for the first time, like you all are seeing it. Not see it for the first time. Well, my first time is reading over it for the first time, as you all may be the first time you saw it and heard it. So it entered beneath Massey's left eye and exit through the posterior left surface of her upper neck. Think about that, guys. Think about that. You see what I'm saying? Think about that. Think about how this young man feels. That's his mother. This is his mother. That's his mother holding him when he was a baby. That is Miss Massey holding her son, Malachi Massey, when he was a baby. Now you look at him. He's a young man now, handsome young man that is missing his mother. That's her mother. This is Sonya Massey's mother. She is missing her daughter. She is crying for her daughter. Her and her son both have to say goodbye. She have to say goodbye to her daughter. He have to say goodbye to his mother. All because of an act that didn't have to happen. All because of a reckless person that was already doing things wrong when he standing there while she was sitting on the couch asking for her ID. She didn't have to show her ID. She was in her home. She didn't do anything wrong. She was not being detained or anything. She was in her home. She called for help. She called for help. So if she calls for help, why does she have to be on the other end? Do you see what I'm saying? This person here did wrong. Look how big this person is. There's no way he felt threatened. He was so a big distance away from her. There was a couch, there was a big island or something, all that in between him and her. She was way over by the stove, over there by her kitchen, over there by her sink, because she had took the pot off the stove and got over there by the sink. He did wrong. That was wrong what you did. And your wrong actions got you where you are today. You needed to be off the force in the first place. Being on the force wasn't the place for you. I have feelings too, and this is how I feel about the situation. The situation was wrong. Wrong. And this is other papers that we needing to go over. Let me see, can I pull that one back up for myself? I'll put it back up in just a second. Let me try to pull that one up for me so I can read it. That's sad. He needs to be held accountable. He needs to be held accountable. So, because on CNN, he had to tell everyone the tragic moment when he found out about the unaliving of his mother. So I hope you all was able to watch that video when he said that, because I did play it earlier. Oh my God, I tell you. Let me try to pull up the other portion of it. If I can find it. Or if I can't find it, I'll just do it in a short video, another video by itself, and go over that. But when I say a short video, it really would be a short one, because I'm looking for it right now. I did have it up for a second in one of my files, but now I got to find it again. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, okay, let me put it back up for you all. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to get a little closer so I can see because I don't have my glasses on. Okay. I really don't have them on. Okay. This is, I hope everybody can see that. And if you can't see it, that's the largest. I have it on my slide right now, guys. So if you can't see it, you can always just take a picture of it with your phone and enlarge it. All right. And if any other content creators want to take a snapshot of it so you can report on it too, just make sure when you can go ahead and take a snapshot of it and report on it too. But just make sure you leave credit where you saw it from. Okay. Pinkie the Housewife or on Pink Global, either one, depends on where you were. Okay. But it says, deputies entered Miss Massey home to gather information and ensure the residence was safe. At no time was Miss Massey under arrest. So let me stop it. Let me stop it. So if she was not under arrest, why did she have to show her driver's license? Why was, and he didn't get off that driver's license. He kept talking about the driver's license, trying to tell her where it was. Oh, you have it in this pile and this and that. Okay. Because it said at no time was Miss Massey under arrest. Defendant noticed a pot on the stove and approved Miss Massey removing the pot to prevent any accidental fires. Now, remember, I brought that part up. They did give her permission to go remove the pot. The pot was located in another room of the house, separated by a large encounter. Remember, I said he was a distance away from her? There was a large, huge island or something in between them. And basically, it wasn't what I would call it. It was a big open floor plan. So you know how most times you got an apartment, there's a big open floor plan. The living room and the kitchen is one big area, but it's separated by maybe an island, or you can separate it by a table or something like that. That's what, so they call it a different room, but it's just one big giant area. That was the kitchen area. Then there's the living area. Okay. So they said separated by a large counter. Yes, it was. And he was a distance away from her. She had no weapon. During this time, the other deputy was cleaning the house. Oh no, was clearing the house. Okay, I'm trying to see it. During this time, the other deputy was clearing the house, and nothing dangerous was noted. Thank you. I'm glad they know that, because we could see that in the body cam footage. That, and it said there was nothing dangerous was noted. Think about that. Nothing dangerous. So why did she have to be unalived? Defendant then made a comment about the pot, which apparently contained hot water. Miss Massey reported verbally and set the pot of water down on a counter in the kitchen Yes, I saw that part. She set the pot down. She had no weapon on her. None. From the beginning, when they met her at the door, into her unaliving, in my opinion, and what I saw. Miss Massey responded verbally and set the pot of water down on the counter in the kitchen. Just remember that, okay? During this time, defendant was still in the living area of the home. Despite his distance in relative cover, defendant drew his 9mm firearm, not the less than lethal taser located on his deputy vest, and threatened to shoot Miss Massey in the face. Okay. So he drew his 9mm firearm. Not his taser, guys, not the taser that was located on his vest. But then he threatened to pow her in the face. That's not in the handbook. That's not standard that you do something like that. That's not part of training. That's not what you're supposed to do, period. In the face. Send the draw weapon. Miss Massey put her hands in the air and shouted, "I'm sorry." So when her hands up, and we all heard her say, "I'm sorry." Why did you have to do what you did? Why was it so important that you pow somebody? Was it? Let me not. This is a little much. When a person is down, saying they're sorry with their hands up in the air, body evidence of the autopsy report, it tells you where the bullet went and where it exited. It tells you she was down and he was over her, standing up high, where his height, he don't have to stand up high. He's much taller. Downward projection. Sorry about my voice, guys. It's scratchy, okay? She said, "I'm sorry." Miss Massey put her hands up in the air and stated, "I'm sorry," while ducking for cover behind the counter that separated him and the defendant. Defendant, with his firearm still drawn, proceeded to close the significant gap between him and Miss Massey. So that means he was coming around the corner, around the alley, around it. So if he is so afraid, why are you coming around it? Okay. Trying to close the gap. Okay. Between him and Miss Massey. Defendant then aggressively yelled at Miss Massey to put the pot down. Let me ask you this question. If your hands are in the air and you're yelling, "I'm sorry," how do you have a pot in your hands and your hands are in the air? Explain that one. Unless you got a twin standing right beside you. One got the hands up in the air and the other one got the pot. I don't think so. I didn't see a twin. So how do you have your hands up in the air, Mr. Policeman, and then a pot in your hands? Just asking. Something don't sound right. It's just my opinion only. And it's allegedly, but I'm reading it from what I see in front of me. Defendant then fired his duty weapon 3 times in the direction of Miss Massey, striking her in the face 1 time. Only at this time did defendant activate. No, listen. This is very important. Only at this time did the defendant activate his body-worn camera. Please note, the body-worn camera of the other deputy was activated when he first arrived on the scene. So, I'm not going to tell you how I'm thinking. My mind, I don't like this. Okay, I really, really don't. Let me say that one. Please note, the body-worn camera of the other deputy was activated when he first arrived on the scene and remained on during the entirety of the event, during the entire time. Everything was going on. The other defendant, body cam was still on. At this time, the other deputy announced he was going to retrieve a medical kit from his vehicle. Yes, he did. I heard that part. To which the defendant instructed him not to because of the severity of the injury. You are not a doctor, a medical profession. Why not try to save Miss Massey? He told him not to. To which the defendant instructed him not to because of the severity of the injury. The other deputy will render aid and stayed with Miss Massey until medical help arrived. The other deputy still rendered aid and stayed with Miss Massey until the medical help arrived. The reason why I read that twice, to make sure that, yes, defendant at no time attempted to render aid to Miss Massey. So one tried, that one that was standing over to the side by the room, there was a bedroom standing over in that direction. You didn't see him as much on the camera. An independent investigation of defendant's actions was performed by the Illinois State Police. An expert in the field of use of force, reviewed the recording made by body-worn cam. I want to say everything is a cam. It's a camera, guys. I'm just so used to saying body camera. Okay. Recording made by body-worn camera of both deputies. Please see People's Exhibit B, subject to a protective order. The expert concluded that defendant was not justified. This is important. The expert concluded that the defendant was not justified in his use of unaliving force. Unaliving force. He lacked a scenario to an officer intentionally and unnecessarily putting himself in front of a moving vehicle and then justifying the use of force because of fear of being struck. Oh, holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy moly. Defendant disregard of his training as a law enforcement officer and his disregard for human life, shown by clear and convincing evidence that he is a danger to a person in the community. Ooh, y'all hear this and hear this. He lacked the. He is a danger. That's what it said. Putting himself in front of a moving vehicle and then justifying the use of force because of fear of being struck. Ooh. Defendant's disregard of his training as a law enforcement officer and his disregard of human life, shown by clear and convincing evidence that he is a danger to a person in the community. He has ample access to firearms, and he has shown a willingness to use lethal force, despite his availability of non-unaliving alternatives, when there is little to no threat to his bodily safety. Guys, according for the reasons stated above, and based on the profiler, the person requested to make during the hearing of this petition pursuant to 725 ILCS 5/1106-6-1F2, the people pray that his honorable court deny defendant pre-trial release. The people pray that the honorable court deny the defendant pre-trial release. Woo! Said it right there, guys. Deny release. So that means, Mr. Policeman, stay locked up. Respectfully submitted, the people of the state of Illinois, and then it's signed by the John C. Mr. the Sangamon County State's Attorney. By, and the signature is there. It was Mary E. Rogers. Mary E. Rogers, First Assistant State Attorney. Guys, tell me, what do you all think of that? If you don't have anything to say about that, I wonder. That is a lot. When I say that is a lot, that is a lot. It is. That is a lot, guys. Whew. Too much. Sometimes things are too much. That was a lot. Guys, I just found out there is another briefing update on the case that I'm gonna try to get it done. I just see it now. There's updates. I don't have this. I'm getting ready to listen to it right now. I don't know what the updates are because I just see it right now. But so this is a lot. So only thing I can say, let's pray for the family of Massey. Miss Massey. Let's pray for her mother. Pray for her son. Pray for her daughter. All of her family members that she leave behind. This is a tragedy because you see it right there. What he told her before he even pulled his pow-pow out of his holster. Okay. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and let it end here. Okay. This was a lot. Prayers go out to the family. I do want to thank everybody for being here. Yeah. I do want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, guys. Oh. Like I said, a lot of the information is kind of graphic. Maybe disturbing to some people. But we have to know what happened to get this out. We're not going to sweep this under the rug. We're not going to pretend like it didn't happen. We're not going to give them a slap on the hand, pat on the back. We're not going to do none of that. We're going to show his face. Because there may be someone else out there that had a run-in with him too, that barely escaped with their life. She can't be the only one. There was a reason he was let go so many times from other departments and other places. Okay, guys? But good night. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Deborah Jackson. Thank you for being here. Thank you, May May. All right? Linda Gamble, thank you, Linda Gamble. Miss Dancer, Ebony Dancer. Everybody else, thank you. Cicely Bunny, N. Hepper, Nate, thank you all. Thank you all for being here. And if I missed anybody, you know I love you, guys. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and end here. And keep following up on my next video I drop. I will be dropping one about the latest updates, case updates on the Massey case. All right. So y'all have a good evening. Bye-bye.